also here a short video about what we're calling in-row green manure, in-crop green manures, where we increase the width of the rows from maize row to maize row in order to allow us to grow green manure between these rows, specifically to produce organic matter but also fixed nitrogen for use as a top dressing in the maize during the same season. Usually green manures are grown in alternate seasons, meaning you'll take land out of production to grow green manure. But using this system, we've managed to grow both our crop and the green manure, which is going to feed the crop in the same season. It's very important here, with our hot temperatures at the beginning of our growing season, we have the ability to produce a lot of rapid growth from our green manures. But in order to do this, you need to have the right seeding rate, the right number of green manure plants. Otherwise, you don't stand a chance of fixing enough nitrogen or having enough biomass to then feed to the maize at the time you need to feed it, which is between 3 and 4 weeks after planting the two crops together. When you cut back or kill the green manure at this stage, we found it beneficial to bury it with some soil to aid decomposition. Otherwise, you run the risk of the green manure material sitting on the top and not decomposing quickly. And if dry conditions continue, then the nitrogen won't become available to the crop in that season. So all in all, we found with the different row spacings, the best is to keep them as narrow as possible, around 90 centimeters, as narrow as possible, but at the same time allowing space for the green manure to grow in those first 3 to 4 weeks. And we found we can produce in the wide row system up to 6.5 tons, 6,500 kgs of green manure between our maize plants in those first 3 or 4 weeks. And that contains the equivalent of about 150 kilos of urea fertilizer. We're basically growing our own top dressing for cereal crops between our cereal rows, and then terminating or cutting back these green manures at between 3 and 4 weeks after planting, so that the release of the nitrogen from these green manures coincides with when the maize needs the nitrogen. And the studies which I've read seem to support that takes about 2 weeks. If there's enough moisture for all the nitrogen or most of the nitrogen in this green manure to become available in the soil. And this is about the same time the maize starts to need lots of nitrogen, the time you'd usually top dress. So all in all, been happy with the system. Under our conditions here on the farm, we've been getting between 4 and 7 tons of maize a hectare equivalent in the trials we've been doing over the past 4 years. So I think this is a system that could have good potential to reduce the cost of production for maize, and at the same time start to address the issue of soil degradation, because you're adding organic matter to the soil every year. You're bringing back the soil health and increasing soil organic matter over time. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned to see more of what we're doing on the farm to try and improve resilience and develop farming systems that smallholders can use to improve their profits.